So my name is Jeff Diaz. Um, I've been in this scene for since I would say since I was 16. But I actually start falling in love with it since I seen John Dupong's car and Jonas Amo's Sunshine EK. I remember when I first saw it was when I was 14. I was driving with my parents. That's when South Center used to have a Bank of America in that little corner, and everybody just met up. I saw Jonas's car and Joel Bello's car. They were all meeting up, and I was like, damn, one day I want an EK. So, I worked hard, went to school, did everything for my parents, see what I can do just to get a car right when I turned 16. But nothing ever falls into that category. So I had to get good grades, all that stuff. And eventually, just with a little bit of persistence, that actually got me Acura Legend. It's not the one I wanted, but it's the first car. Probably after a year, I got my first car was an Integra Type R. It was a 98. And for 24 hours, I only owned it because that same night, I went night racing. Then my auntie saw me and told my parents. Parents called the owner the next day. It was like, pick up this car. Woke up, saw the owner getting his car. Fucking cried. So right after that, I had to work up to build my parents' trust again. It wasn't quite some time, so probably I saved up about $3,000 when I was 17. And I asked my parents again. I got a silver Honda Civic hatchback, and from there on, I started trying to do every little thing I can do. I enrolled to auto body and start tinkering around with little stuff. Then my teacher asked me if I wanted to try to paint a car. So that's what I did. I painted the car. Well, at first I did the body work. I decided to do shaved moldings, shaved trunk, and I did a 350Z Nissan orange color. That's why I kept the name Citrus. So that's the whole reason why. Then from that, I just kept going on. It's like a bug that bites you. Everything you do is you just want something more and more and more. I only had a single cam. Then I started saving up for a motor. Then first got my CTR swap. Then fuck. That was fun. It's like the first swap. That was a hella fun. Then I just started meeting more people in Honda Tech, and been knowing Rainier for a while, since night racing days, since I got stranded in Sunset Boulevard. That was probably back in either 99 or 2000. I think that was that time. But that's when his EK was still silver. Yeah, his car was dope. It was fast. That's when I started meeting all the trick speed guys. Then, like Dennis, like Tam, Steve, all them. Then started working at Honda. Then that's when I met Terry, everybody. We were just all working next to each other. But after that, again, I was still night racing at that time. I was in my orange Civic, aka Citrus. For some reason, I thought it was cool. I had my hood up, driving. I remember I think it was it's not Blue Light. Where I think it's the IKEA track. I we're all just down there meeting up. I had my hood up, everything. The next thing you know, I was lined up. It's like, okay. So I started racing a black Dodge SRT4. Then right half of the strip, we saw cops. So the car fucking actually just smacked me. Panicked and smacked me and just took a hard left. I'm not gonna stop. There was cops all over, so I just ran. Ran with a fucked up car, totaled car. If I stopped, I would've went to jail. Nothing to it. But right after that EK was totaled. Then I didn't have no car, and I was jobless, so I started working for Kansai. Then I met Kevin, everybody, all of them, and I told them I wanted to revive my EK. And they were like, oh, why don't you just get a CTR shell and just swap everything over? So that's what I did. Only got the shell for like $500, but that's nothing. Like, there's no doors, no nothing. It was just a piece of shell that got an fender bender in the front end. But after that, I started working up to it. I was gonna do an ITR B18C5 motor swap or B18C JDM ITR motor. But again, I was talking to Tuto at that time. He was like, why get a ITR motor? Just go K-swap. Don't know nothing about K-swap. At that time, didn't know shit. So I was kind of scared. And I didn't really know anything about ITR swaps. I don't know how powerful they were. I only had a CTR swap. I was like 1.6 liter. But with enough talking to, I jumped into the K-swap. So I just left that motor alone. I actually sold it to one of my buddies, my fam. And motor's still in his car, but he doesn't drive it. Yeah, K-swap, didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know about EKK1, EKK2 mounts. So I just dove right into it, got a K-swap. I tried to do all the plug and play harness. I think I went through Carceps. When Tim was at Hybrid Racing, he hooked me up with the plug and play. All that stuff was hard back then. Like shifter box, I used a Revo shifter box because a lot of people said the RSX base just cracks. So I didn't want mine to crack on me. And yeah, everything was in that car was Carceps because they were the first one to bring out K-swap stuff. I was running off Chase Bays. That's when Chase Bays was actually just coming up with harnesses. Yeah, from then on, shit, it was fun. But things got out of hand after the whole Super Street Mag, everything. What I did was, it got to my head after that feature. I promised myself, don't ever forget where you came from, whatnot. But I forgot. After that Super Street feature, that was the best platform of my car, I think. But then I forgot what I was building the car for. I thought I was building it for you guys, but it wasn't. I wasn't building it for anybody no more. I was just building it just to get accepted. And that's not the thing to do, because you start to lose yourself. And that's when I lost myself. So that's when I started falling back after my whole car got jacked, everything. And I know who jacked it. Go to hell, bitch. But yeah, but thank you for jacking it, because I wouldn't have that. Everything happens for a reason in life. You can take somebody's car, but you can't take their creativity in their head. That's one thing that one of my parents told me. I was sad when that shit got jacked, but they sat me down. Or like, it's a piece of metal. I'll never love you at the end. I put that car in front of my family, put that car in front of my girlfriend, put that car in front of everybody, put that damn car in front of my bills. So that's how you can tell how much I love that car. But after that car got taken, and all you guys are saying, oh shit, he did an insurance fraud, all that stuff. No, that car was never registered. It was under the 10th digit VIN. I was still running off a USDM VIN, so I never got paid out. I took an L on that one. Right after that, I jumped into ITR. That's why a lot of people said, oh, frauded it. Nah. If I really loved that ITR, I would have done so much more. But that car wasn't for me. That car was like, it's like you just broke up with your ex-girlfriend and you're just trying to use that as a rebound. The ITR was that rebound. It was never meant for me. That's when the whole situation with my old teammates, how I was, I never contacted them for help. I never did, because I was way down on a low. Like, it was a dope Cyber DC2, no doubt. But after getting fucked over from shops, with blown motors, bad bearings, K24, cylinder 1, failed. 3 motors. I treat everything like baseball, just like in life. 3 strikes, you're out. So after that third motor, I was done. And a lot of people knew that I was just fed up. Just fed up with the whole building car scene, where it's not gonna take me anywhere with that red car. So right after that red DC2, it was just bad luck. But so I disappeared right after that, because I was supposed to show that car. It was supposed to be featured in Super Street. What year was that? Back in,
I think it was 17.
Yeah, 2016, 2017. Yeah, the car was supposed to be featured in 2016 or 2017, but I held out. See, I had three different motors, 3 different setups. I had ITBs, superchargers. I was gonna boost that in one case, but a buddy told me, it was like, just don't do it. Just try to get it running. Never ran, so that's why I never gave it to Super Street. For my mentality is, if I'm gonna feature a car, it has to be running under its own power. And that's when I told Joe, he was like, yo, I couldn't do it. I don't have the Jiffy tight fittings, all that stuff. Have a backup car. Then he still flew out here. And I think that's when he was pissed. He told me to just push out the car. I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna do that, because I didn't even know if the motor was healthy, and it wasn't. So that's when I was under a scrutiny of the teammate, where I was like, yo, it's like, you didn't ask for help, you didn't tell us what was going on, all that stuff. We could have helped you get it running. It was like, yeah, I understood that, but I had a lot of personal stuff going on in my life too. Just family, girl problems at that time. It took a toll. Everything was getting in my head. I felt like I had a deadline. So I just dropped it. Just dropped the ball. Didn't really care. But man, I think everybody in the scene heard about that. I even read it when Joey went back to Cali. He wrote that blog. I'm like, all right. It's like, either you own it or you don't. It is what it is. I owned it. And I think the whole team, they're still my friends, no doubt. Still love them. They're dope. There's a team and friendship. At the end, we're all friends. And we always still say hi to each other, everything. just that bad year, there was like drama with me, some of them, and some of even we. It's just like trying to one up because there was always, it's like everybody was saying, it's like, oh, he's gonna paint his car red, he's gonna paint his car red too, he's gonna have white interior, oh, he might have white interior. So we felt like it's like people was like, oh, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, are you guys biting off each other? It's like, no, it is what it is. But then I think it all got in our heads too, that we started calling each other out. But at the end of the day, we're all men, we're all in this scene together. Especially we have a little hub in Seattle. There's no reason for us to be all hostile and just trying to one up each other. We're supposed to all do this together. It's not like Cali. Cali has every car meets, scene, the flooded with everything. They're even to hypercars now. But over here, we're still stuck in time that we love what we do. It's like if you're into Hondas, you're into Hondas. Everybody's pinnacle is either CTR, ITR, or NSX. And I'm forever grateful that I got most of those. And there's nothing to say to it. Everybody has a goal. If you have a goal, work through it. Don't believe what everybody says. He's, she. It's like you're never gonna do it. You're not. It's like, cause I had a handful of those. It's like you're never gonna do it. It's like, you can't register a DC5. You can't register a right-hand drive car. Everybody was saying that with the yellow CTRs. Like you can't register it. Never did. But with this DC5, I want to make a statement that I can, with the proper loopholes, with the proper connections, with the proper people that helped me out, you can. So I did go through that proper loopholes with the DC5. A lot of people saying, so I was like, that's not. It is. Sorry for ya. Some people really knows of how it really went down, and some people don't. They always question. It's like, how? The more research you do, the more questions you ask. There will be always a door that opens. Just like I always get car parts. I don't really mess with people like, like big shops that though, I'm not gonna say no names, but I always hear it's like, oh yeah, we'll help you out. But in reality, they never help you out. It depends of what that person can do for that shop. It's like, hey, it's like, my name is this and that. And if that shop heard of you, knows of you, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll give you a discount and all that stuff. No, I'm not gonna play that game no more. Been there, done that. So all you gotta do is just search for yourself. There is no middleman markup. You can always save. Like all this stuff, I had to order brand new from Japan, straight from Japan. No asking questions, no nothing, just do research. Just convert everything to yen to dollars. Or if you can't read Japanese, Google Translate. That's what I mostly do. You email a company like Route KS, whoever, that they won't deal with US suppliers or you'll have to have a business license. No, it's not true. All you just gotta do is email. But other than that, just don't believe what people says. Always do your own research. Because what people says is the people that's really low key trying to block you from what you're trying to achieve. And it's like I'm thankful for everybody in the community that helped me out. Like I told myself, it's like I wouldn't be able to afford an NSX, but Chen hooked me up, and I thought I was never gonna get M7s. Chia hooked me up, and there's so much in cars that You never really know who your friend's gonna be after you communicate with them and through sales. Next thing you know, they just become your friends. And you get to find out who the fake ones are and the real ones are. And there's only a handful that I keep. And there's only a handful that I keep in the back of my head. You get to know who the real ones are and who you don't mess with.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Are you fast?
Somewhat.
That was super fast.
Yeah, it is fast.
Yeah,